In the 21st century, we live in a global village, an era of information technology and globalization. With scientific breakthroughs and new technologies, national boundaries are disappearing. The problems of developing countries are no longer only their own concern, but affect all the nations of the world. In every part of the world, people suffer from poverty, famine, disease, war, and natural disasters. 50 years ago, Korea was in a similar situation. Since then, Korea has overcome adversity and achieved economic development by effectively utilizing $12.7 billion in official development assistance provided by the international community. In the spirit of sharing, Korea endeavors to transfer its invaluable experience and knowledge to other developing countries. KOICA, the Korea International Cooperation Agency, leads the way as Korea's official agency for international cooperation. KOICA was founded on April 1, 1991 as a government agency exclusively responsible for administration of Korea's bilateral grant aid programs. Its founding motto was and remains cooperation for a better world. KOICA programs are aimed at poverty alleviation, human resources development, conservation of the environment, and helping to close the digital divide. KOICA has contributed to the economic and social development of developing countries by transferring Korea's development experience and know-how. KOICA's objective is to help bring about world peace and prosperity. KOICA efficiently performs a variety of international cooperation programs, including the Invitation of Trainees program transfers Korea's development experience and technology to developing countries. Government officials, technicians, and experts in developing countries are invited to Korea for training in specific fields. Training is provided in a wide range of areas, including economic development, public administration, agriculture, forestry and fisheries, finance, trade, education and training, health, IT, and transportation. The Invitation of Trainees program also helps trainees better understand Korean culture and builds friendly ties with participating countries. KOICA sends experts to developing countries to provide technical counseling in specific fields such as economics, agriculture, forestry and fisheries, IT, education and training, and construction. Medical doctors provide medical services for the improvement of public health and social welfare in developing countries. Taekwondo instructors promote public health, build pride, and provide a better understanding of Korean culture through Taekwondo, Korea's national martial art. Hundreds of Korean experts have been dispatched over the years, building cooperative ties with developing countries. The number of requests from developing countries for Korean experts increases every year. With the spirit of share and respect, Korean overseas volunteers provide many different services. They encourage local residents to voluntarily participate in their own development and help establish lasting peace throughout the world. KOVs are recruited among Korean applicants aged 20 to 61 by examination and interviews. Applicants must have sufficient knowledge, skills, and relevant experience, as well as being of sound body and mind. They must have communications ability in English or the language of their host country. KOVs are currently working with local residents in 26 countries in education and vocational training, agriculture, forestry and fisheries, sports, culture, health, and sanitation. Under the Development Study Program, Korean experts are dispatched to provide grant-type technical services such as drafting, master plans, and performing basic studies, feasibility studies, and implementation designs. They survey and study the specific situation and technical factors of the project sites before large-scale development projects. The Development Study Program facilitates projects such as the construction of roads, railroads, seaports, airports, electric power grids, telecommunications systems, and other types of social overhead capital, as well as projects for agriculture, forestry and fisheries, and energy. KOICA provides equipment and materials required for economic and social development. The program is in two parts. One is the provision of equipment for public and human resources development. Vehicles, computers, agricultural machinery, and medical equipment are provided. The other part is disaster relief, which helps developing countries recover from natural disasters, war, or medical epidemics. This program provides rapid response to mitigate the catastrophic effects of disasters and allows Korea to showcase the excellence of its technology and products. The Project-Type Cooperation Program is an integrated aid program where the dispatch of experts and invitation of trainees programs are combined into a comprehensive package. Under this program, KOICA provides assistance in obtaining facilities and equipment to help developing countries achieve specific development goals. Assistance is provided in education and vocational training, public health and medical care, and information and technology. Projects under this program include construction of hospitals, schools, and vocational training centers, and development of rural areas. Recently, this program was expanded to include information and communications. KOICA supports Korean non-governmental organizations involved in poverty relief and improving the welfare of people in developing countries. Through NGOs, KOICA creates more opportunities for Koreans to participate in international cooperation, adding flexibility to the Korean government's official development assistance system. KOICA supports NGO foreign aid projects in health and medical services, education and training, regional development, agriculture, forestry, and fisheries. International cooperation programs will be made more effective as an international cooperation network of ordinary citizens through continued support to NGOs. After the Afghan interim government was established to help rebuild Afghanistan. A wide variety of programs are offered, including project-type cooperation in health, vocational training, rural development, and information and technology, as well as the invitation of government officials, provision of equipment, and support to NGOs. Assistance to Afghanistan focuses on human resources development, agriculture, and social infrastructure, essential for reconstruction of the country. KOICA does its best to help make a better world by sharing with our global neighbors. International cooperation is essential for peace and prosperity in our global village. In the 21st century, the world is rapidly becoming one community. All nations should work to resolve global issues like poverty, overpopulation, the environment, women in development, and sustainable development. KOICA is prepared to work together with developing countries, leading heart-to-heart international cooperation worldwide for a better future in the world.